Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel for the grade 12 students who are in the CAPS curriculum or who are not in IEP. Well, this is your first official video, and let's enjoy this journey together, guys. I'll be trying to answer your past papers. So yeah, without wasting time, let's get to it, guys. This is 2022 November paper, grade 12 maths. I'll be doing question 1 only in this video. Okay, I'm gonna give you tips on how to get this 25 marks. I'm gonna give you shortcuts where I can, and basically let us just do the question paper together. Hope you enjoy. Okay, so question 1.1 is solving for x. So we are going to simply solve for x here, so please bear with me. Now and then I'm going to shift the question paper on the side so that I can get more space to answer questions. Okay, so let us start off with 1.1.1. 1.1.1, you are given the following. So this is 1.1.1. We are given this following equation, which is 3x minus 6 into x plus 2 is equal to 0. Okay, so if you were to solve for x in this case, basically what you would have to do is to use the zero factor law, which means you take each factor, as you can see, the one in the bracket, make it equal to 0, or the other factor, which is x plus 2, and then you make it equal to 0. So these are factors simply because they are multiplying there. Okay, and then you have to solve for x separately. What I'm gonna do now is to transpose the 6 and then divide by 3 so that you can get your x alone to be 2, because 6 divided by 3 is 2. The reason why you are left with x there is because the 3 cancels out the 3, or you can say it divides and then you get a coefficient of 1 there. Okay, but normally we don't write the 1. Second equation is just gonna be x is equal to negative 2, because you just have to transpose the negative 2 to the other side. So since this is equal to 2 marks, basically what they're looking for there is this 2 as well as that negative 2. Then you get your 2 marks. That's it. Okay. And then question number 1.1.2. 1.1.2. So let's try to answer this one. So basically I'm going to erase everything we've done now. Please guys, if you need to go back to any question that I've done before, you just have to rewind or to pause the video, because I'll keep on erasing. So 1.1.2, we have got 2x squared minus 6x plus 1 is equal to 0. So in order for you to solve for x here, they even indicated here correct to 2 decimal places. Okay, what we have to do is to go straight to the quadratic formula, and I'm assuming that you will get a formula sheet. So the quadratic formula is negative b plus or minus root of b squared minus 4ac all divided by 2a. Then I'm going to go now to substitute the values that I have. This is a, this is b, and that is c. Okay, so we say minus negative 6, because our b is negative 6, plus or minus negative 6 squared minus 4, and then a is 2, c is positive 1. This is divided by 2, 2 multiplied by 2. Okay, then I just quickly go and insert this in a calculator. So remember we said it's minus negative 6 plus, I'll start with the positive 1 plus, because I can't put plus or minus in a calculator, so I have to separate my signs. The value for a is 2, the value for c is 1, all divided by 2 to the 2 multiplied by 2. So as you can see here, I'm getting the first result to be 3 root 7 over 2. So therefore x is 3 plus root 7 over 2, which now when we make it to 2 decimal places, it's going to be 2,82. So x is equal to 2,82, or the one with the negative symbol, or the one with the negative sign. Okay, what I'm gonna do is to simply remove the plus and put the negative, and then let's see what we get. Okay, so this gives us 0,18 because I'm rounding off to 2 decimal places, and then over 2, remember we said it is 0,18. So these are my final solutions. So how do they mark here? Basically, they're going to give you a mark for correct substitution, a mark for that solution, as well as a mark for that solution. Then you get your 3 marks there. Okay, let's go to the next question. Question 1.1.3. Question 1.1.3. Let's see. 1.1.3. Question is given as x squared minus 90 greater than x. Now we have a question of an inequality. I'm going to transpose the x to the left hand side, which is going to turn into a negative, and then we have minus 90 there. Then let us try to factorize. Oh, by the way, this is greater than 0. Then we try to factorize. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so we try to factorize here. When we factorize, I'm going to have x times x. Factors of 90 that can make up 1, it's 9 and 10. And then the 10 gets a negative, the 9 gets a positive. Then I get what we call critical values. Critical values here would be x is equal to minus 9 or x is equal to 10. So basically, I was solving for x to find critical values using the same method I used in question 1.1.1. After getting your critical values, I'm going to draw a number line. Okay, so this is minus 9, this is 10. My number line is going to have my circles as open circles on top of my 2 critical values. Simply because when you put an open circle, it means the values that we're looking at are not included because of that symbol. Okay, they're not included. Whatever answer I get, it's either less than negative 9 or between 9 and 10 or greater than 10. How do you find the real solutions? I'm going to show you a way to follow to find your real solutions. Okay? Now, in order for you to find the solutions that we're looking for here, what you have to do is go straight to your equation. I'm going to use the one with brackets, okay, because all of them mean the same thing. So using the one with brackets, I'll put a number less than negative 9. Let's take negative 15 because it's less than negative 9. Put it in the place of x, and then I remember our x, I'm replacing it with negative 15. That's minus 10. And then look at the answer we're gonna get. Now, I'm not only looking at the answer here, I want the sign of that answer. Okay, so the sign that I got was positive number. I'm gonna put plus there. Now once you find one of them, you just have to alternate the symbols. Then you'll see. Let me show you by using another number. So let's say we take a number between negative 9 and 10, which will be, let's take any number. Let's take 5. Okay, and I put 5 there, and then I put 5 there. You're gonna see that number is gonna be a negative answer. There you go. Okay, so I was just looking for a symbol here. Now, to find the value or the values of x, remember we said our solutions here, this is greater than 0. So in a number line, numbers that are greater than 0 are always on the positive side. So the values of x will be there, okay? Values of x basically will be there. Any value that you get which is there is the value of x. So now to write it down as a coordinate form, I'm going to say that x is an element of negative infinity all the way to negative 9, or x is an element of from 10 all the way to positive infinity. This can also be written as x is less than minus 9 or x is greater than 10. Then you get your marks, okay? So where are they marking, or how do you get the full marks? You will get a marks for the correct interval, the correct solution that you got. You'll get an answer for the critical values, both the critical values, and then for writing your inequality in a standard form. The next question, which is question number, let's see, let me move my paper to the side and then have my calculator right there. Perfect. So next question, which is 1.1.3. Oh, we just did that one, so we're at 1 point. Let me just tick them off, guys. Did that. So we are at 1.1.4. We have x minus 7 root of x is equal to minus 12. Okay, now how would you even solve for x in this case? Basically what I'm gonna do, I'm going to take the x to the other side so that I have minus 7 root x is equal to minus 12 minus x. Okay, and then I will divide by negative 1 because I'm trying to get rid of the negative sign. So you do that for all the terms. This is going to give you 7 root x is equal to 12 plus x. Okay, let's write this in a standard form instead of saying 12 plus x, but x plus 12. Okay, and then now we are going to try to remove the square root. To do that, I will have to square both sides. Then this gives you 49x is equal to, so we got 49x is equal to, we have to do FOIL there. This would be x squared plus 24x plus 144. So let me see if I got that right. X times x is x squared, x times 12 is a 12x plus 12x, which is 24, and 144, that's fine. And then let's take the 49x to the other side. So that would be x squared, but when you take 49 to the other side, so it would be 24 minus 49. Those are my like terms, by the way. If you're confused, that gives us 25x plus 144. And then we have to factorize. So it's x times x. Now the factors of 144 that can give us 25. Let's check. Okay, I'm going to cheat this one now. So this is how I cheat it, guys, to get the factors. It needs you to have the quadratic formula in your mind. Okay, so it's minus 24 plus square root of 24 squared minus 4 into a. My a is 1. Oh, sorry, it's not. B is not 24. B is minus 25. What did I do? Yes, B is minus 25. Okay, so minus 25. There we go. B minus 4a c, and the c is 144 divided by 2 times a, which is 1. Now I got my answer as x is equal to 16, so that means I put 16 there. Okay, then the next part is whereby I have to find the other value. Just change the sign to a negative, then you see what we get here. I didn't put the negative, sorry. So you put the negative, then we get 9. Okay, that means the other bracket has got 9, so I put 9 there. Then with the symbols, 16 is negative, the sign of the middle term goes to the bigger factor, as well as that one is negative to make a positive one for 4. That means x is equal to 16 or x is equal to 9. Those are the values of x. Okay, so that was question 1.1.4. Next question, which is, or remember we did those ones, we are at 1.2 now. Solve for x and y simultaneously. So guys, in order for you to solve for x and y simultaneously, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite these equations. Let's label this one equation 1. And then I write the second one. Let's label it equation 2. Okay, so I've got equation 1 and equation 2. Now from equation 1, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make y the subject, meaning I'm going to have y on one side of the equation. Okay, so let me do that quickly with a red marker somewhere here. Remember, this is the equation, but if we make y the subject of the formula, so I would have to transpose the 2x to the other side and then divide by -1, which will give you 2x minus 2. Yes, so 2x minus 2. Then I come and put that 2x minus 2 now as y is equal to 2x minus 2. This becomes equation 3. Okay, mind the language I'm going to use. Then the next step, now I'm going to say substitute y into equation 2. So I'm going to have to say x, where I see y, I put 2x minus 2 is equal to 4. Okay, I'm going to solve for x here separately. This would be 2x squared minus 2x. Take the 4 to the other side, and it becomes like that. Okay, if you can divide everything by 2, you would get x squared minus x minus 2 is equal to 0. So what I did here was to just divide by 2. Here I divided by 2 every term, and then from there we are going to factorize, guys. Factorization plays a huge role in maths, so please, if you didn't master your factorization, you have to go and master it. Okay, so those are the factors that I have, and then x now is 2, or x is equal to minus 1. So these are the values that I got for x. Now in order for me to find y, I am going to substitute the values of x into equation 3. If you look closely, we first used equation 1, went on to use equation 2. Now we are using the third equation. Okay, so how do I substitute there? Remember, this is our equation 3. So I'll just say y is equal to 2 times 2, our first value of x, minus 2, or I say y is equal to 2 times the second value of x, minus 2. So this would be 2 times 2 is 4, minus 2 is 2, or 2 times -1 is going to be -2, minus 2 is -4. Okay, so I got these values as this value as the value of x, and that one, and then this as, and that as the value of y. then you get your marks. Okay, but where do they answer, where do they give you marks now? Remember, this question is 5 marks. Okay, firstly, you are going to get a mark for making one of the variables the subject. You choose either x or y. I suggest that you choose the easiest. Okay, so I couldn't go for x there because at the end I would have to divide by 2, which is the coefficient of x, which at some stage will have given me a fraction. Okay, so I was just avoiding fractions. So they give you a mark for making that equation, then you get a mark for substitution here, and then another mark is gonna come from, I'm assuming, the standard form, because they always give marks for a standard form. Yes, it's a standard form. You get a mark for the x values, you get a mark for the y values. So please guys, make sure to collect all of these marks. That was 1.2. Question 1.3. 1.3, let's see. They say show that 2 times 5 to the power of n minus 5 to the power of n plus 1 plus 5 to the power of n plus 2 is even for all integers of n. Okay, is even for all integers of n. So how do we do this? Basically show that this is even for all integers of n. That means this value here, whatever value you come and substitute in the place of n, you will get an integer. I mean, you will get an even number. Okay, firstly guys, if you look closely, there is a common factor here of 5 to the power of n. So let me show you how I see that. This term has got 2 times 5n. This term, if we can separate the exponents, it's like that. Now I'm taking this part from the exponent, which says a to the power of n, times a to the power of m is equal to a to the power of n plus m. So basically we did the reverse here. Our term was in that form, and then I just put it in that form. Okay, now moving on, the other term is 5 to the power of n times 5 to the power of 2. So if you take out a common factor of 5 to the power of n, you would be left with 2 minus 5n plus 5. Sorry, we remove 5n. So once again, so it's 1 plus 5 squared. There you go. And then if we can just simplify inside the brackets, I'm gonna use a calculator. So it's 2 minus 5 plus 5 exponent 2. That gives you 22. So I put 22 there. Okay, I put 22 there, and then let's see now. Show that is even for all positive integer values of n. Now let's see if we can multiply any integer. That means I'm going to put any integer here, okay, to see if we'll get an even number. We'll try both odd and even. Let's say 5 exponent 2 multiplied by 22. That gives us 550, and 550 is an even number. Let's try exponent 3, which is an odd one now, and you get a number which is an even number as well. Let's use 7, since 7 is a prime number, to see if we're gonna get even. Can you see? Now I want you to spot something here. Any number I put at the end, you have a value of 50 or 50. Okay, now what I'm gonna do here, or what I can do here, is to just say this is the final answer, by the way. or any integer multiplied by, therefore any integer multiplied by any integer, show that is even for all integer values. Any integer multiplied by an even number will be even. How do I put this, guys? Because I'm trying to make a summary now. Okay, I can just say all positive integers of values of n will give you an even number. Yeah, that's what I can write as my conclusion. But I can't write that whole thing, guys, because I don't want this video to be that long, or we don't want to write sentences in maths now, okay? And then, oh, where do they allocate marks here? This question was 3 marks. So I think you will get a mark for distributing, or maybe for splitting them there. You will get a mark for being able to solve all the way to here. I'm not counting factorization. And then you'll get a mark for your conclusion, which is this one, by the way. Yes. So you are going to get a mark there. Then this is the conclusion. Hope that makes sense. By the way, let's put a restriction here, since they said for all positive integers, whereby we say n is greater than 0 to show that it's a number which is positive integers. The last one, which is going to work out through 1.4 now. So let's do 1.4, then we'll be done with the question paper. So question 1.4 says, determine the values of x and y if this expression, that means if that entire expression is given. So how would you basically find the values of x and y? So this is one equation, guys, whereby you have got two unknown variables. And the worst part is both these variables are exponents. One of them is under a square root. Okay, so this is gonna make our lives a bit difficult. Let's see if we can find the values of x and y. So I'm gonna rewrite the expression, which is equal to square root of 96 to the power of x. Okay, so how I'm gonna start this is I'm going to remove the square root. That means I will have to square the right hand side. But remember, whatever you do on the right hand side also affects the left hand side. Now I'm gonna end up with 3 to the power of, let me just multiply here, 3 to the power of 2 y plus 1. Remember, that is an exponent raised to 32 to the power of 2. Okay, this is equal to, now that I squared that part, that means the square root is gone, because the square root is going to cancel out the square. And then moving on, if you look at 32 here, 32 can be written as, I'm just going to change that 32. Before I change 32, let me expand my exponent. So my exponent is 2y plus 2, all divided by 32 can be 5 to the power of, can be 2 to the power of 5. Okay, so I'm going to write here 2 exponent 5. Does that give me 32? Yes, it does. But remember, the exponent, which is 5, is multiplied by that 2 there. So this 2 is the one which was the square, which we got when we were squaring the entire expression. Okay, so instead of me writing 5 times 2, I'll just go straight to have 10. This is equal to, let's try to break out 96, guys. If I can say 96 divided by 32, that gives me 3. Okay, so instead of writing 96, I'll just write 3 times 32. Okay, let's just confirm that one more time. 32 times 3 is equal to 96 years, and then that is raised to x. Now to write it in simple words, or in simpler ways, I'll just say 3 exponent 2y plus 2 times 2 to the power of negative 10. Now I'm bringing it to the numerator. That means the exponent must change to become negative exponent. This is equal to 3 exponent x times 32 to the power of x. But 32, let's change it to 2 exponent 5. Okay, this is the value of 32. But we need to multiply the exponents. That means I have to bring in the value of x there. Oh wow, look at this, guys. Look at this. We can actually break this down now further. I want you to have a look at the base of 3. Base of 3 has got the same exponent. I'm just going to split them now. So when I split them, I'm just going to say 3 exponent 2y plus 2 is equal to 3 exponent x. And then, okay, let's come back to this one later on, because you can see we still have the same 2 variables as exponents. But just to furthermore, bases are the same, you just have to drop the exponents. So let's leave it here. We're going to name it equation 1, okay? I want to focus on 2 to the power of 5x and 2 to the power of negative 10. So if I write the 2 here, so it's 2 exponent negative 10 and 2 exponent 5x. Bases are the same, you can just drop the exponents. And then the value of x here, as you can see, is going to be negative 2. Now I'm going to substitute my value of x there so that I can be able to solve for y. Okay, so 2y plus 2 is equal to negative 2, which is our x. And then you transpose the 2 to the other side, that becomes minus 4, because 2 minus 2 is minus 4. On this side you have the 2y, then you divide by 2 both sides, we get our y as negative 2. So we got these two values, guys, which is we got our y as negative 2 and our x as negative 2. I'm going to try now and prove them by inserting them into the original equation. Remember, we said that our y is negative 2 now, so what I'm going to do is to say 3 to the power of negative 2 plus 1. This is divided by 32, okay? So I got 1 over 96. Let's quickly write it here, meaning our left hand side is 1 over 96. Let us see if we're gonna get the same thing when we put the value of x there. So when I substitute with the same value of x, which is minus 2, so now I'm doing the right hand side. You'll have to say 96 to the power of negative 2. That gives you 1 over 96. So just to write it there, 1 over 96. Can you see that the left hand side is equal to the right hand side? So your values of x and y are both correct. Okay, yeah, that's it, guys. That's it for this video. I'm gonna end it here. See you on question 2.